Welcome to the update. I'm Eleanor Quirk. As the federal election campaign enters its second week, Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton are continuing their pitch to voters. The Prime Minister shifting his focus to energy, announcing a rebate to help homeowners with solar install batteries, while the opposition leaders vowing to cap the number of international students and crack down on immigration.
Given that the government has brought in 1 million people over the last 2 years, which is a 70% increase than any other 2-year period in our country's history. And these people, of course, all need homes and they want to either buy or rent. And in that situation, Australians are being forced out of home ownership and rents are being driven up. And that's the problem that we want to fix.
Donald Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs are starting to take effect, with the price of an Aussie steak set to jump. Analysts predicting the price of beef mince is expected to rise from $13 to $26 a kilo, while a $50 Scotch fillet at Coles and Woolies could hit $100. Meanwhile, a worldwide cacao shortage is set to drive up the price of chocolate this Easter. A 100-gram Lindt Gold Bunny has doubled from $5 in 2022 to $10. Environmental scientist Sophia Caragianuto says poor conditions in West Africa has affected the harvest of the key ingredient.
Very unseasonal weather patterns, too much rain, not enough rain, but there's also a prevalence of disease.
AFL fans have been left frustrated by massive delays getting into the MCG as the ground tightens security. It comes after 2 men managed to get past security on Thursday night, allegedly bringing loaded guns into a footy match. In response, security guards meticulously screen patrons, searching every bag thoroughly, causing some to miss the first bounce. Security expert Dr. Tony Zalewski says strong guidelines need to be in place.
People should be inducted, trained, supervised and sometimes even disciplined against non-compliance with those procedures.
Sport and entertainment are next. To sport, and Adelaide has suffered its first defeat of the season in controversial circumstances. There are claims the Crows were denied a mark and a free kick in the final minute against the Suns, who ended with a 1-point win. Coach Matthew Nick says despite the conjecture, they needed to start stronger.
Yeah, clearly we weren't at our best today. I'd say there's some really frustrated fans of ours out there, and I feel for them and I'm a little bit with them, but yeah, we need to be better at the start of the game.
To entertainment, and Elton John says his latest album is his best work in decades. The British icon has just released Who Believes in Angels, a collaboration with American artist Brandi Carlile.
It just turned out exactly the way I wanted it. It sounded fresh. It's the best album I've made since the early 70s, I think, with as far as energy goes. Yeah, I wanted energy into it. I didn't want to do an Elton John album that sounded like another Elton John album.
And Disney has put plans for its next live-action remake on hold after the disastrous box office performance by Snow White. Tangled has been in pre-production with a script in the works, but the studio has now slammed the brakes on the project after Snow White bombed. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you again soon for another episode of The Update.